Morning. This is Mosiah 12. 2 years later, Abinabi came in among them in disguise. This was after King Noah wanted to kill him for prophesying evil against the people. Okay, so he became in disguise, and he began to prophesy again, saying, "They have repented not. Therefore I will visit them in my anger, in my fierce anger I will visit them in their iniquities and abominations. Woe be unto this generation." He stretched forth his hand and prophesied, "It shall come to pass that they shall be brought into bondage, shall be smitten on the cheek," slapped, perverts, right? Slapped across the face, "driven by men, be slain. Vultures, dogs, and beasts shall devour their flesh. Shall come to pass, the life of King Noah shall be valued even as a garment in a hot furnace." Life insurance. Actually, it's death and money for death. It has nothing to do with fucking life. But they call it life insurance. "I will smite this people with sore afflictions, famine and pestilence. They shall howl all day long. They shall have burdens lashed upon their backs and be driven like a dumbass." That 70s show, Red Foreman would be happy. The word dumbass is in the Book of Mormon. We're reading from the Book of Mormon. Well, we're reading from my abbreviations. Mosiah 12, chapter 6.6. "I will send forth hail to smite them. They will be smitten with the east wind. Insects shall pester their land and devour their grain. They shall be smitten with great pestilences because of their iniquities and abominations. Except they repent, I will utterly destroy them. Yet they shall leave a record behind them. I will preserve them for other nations, so I may discover the abominations of this people." And Abinabi prophesied against the people, and they were angry at him, and they carried him bound before the king, saying, "Behold, we brought a man who prophesies evil, saying, God will destroy them. He also prophesies evil concerning the life, saying that they shall be as a garment in the furnace of fire. So they shall be as a stalk, a dry stalk run over by beasts. As thistle fully ripe, windblown, driven forth upon the face of the land, and pretend the land the Lord has spoken it." And says that, "Except ye repent, all of this because of your iniquities. Now, King, what great evil hast thou done? What sins have thy people committed that we should be condemned of God, or judged by him? O King, we are guiltless. O King, thou hast not sinned. Therefore this man lied concerning you, and he's prophesied in vain. Behold, we are strong. We shall not come into bondage or be taken captive by our enemies. Yet thou hast prospered in the land, and thou shalt also prosper. But behold, here is the man. We deliver him into thy hands. Do what seemeth as good." And King Noah caused Abinabi should be cast into prison, and he commanded the priests should gather together for council. And the council asked the king, "Bring him hither, that we may question him." And the king commanded and brought, and they began to question him, that they might cross him, to get wherewith to accuse him. But he answered them boldly, and withstood all questions. To their astonishment he withstood all their questions. He confounded them in all their words. Came to pass, one of them said to him, "What meaneth the words which are written, saying, How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth the tidings, good tidings, and publisheth peace, and bringeth tidings of good, that publisheth salvation, that saith unto Zion, Thy God reigneth. The watchmen shall lift up their voice with the voice together. They shall sing, they shall see eye to eye, when the Lord bring again Zion. Break forth into joy, sing together, ye waste places of Jerusalem, for the Lord has comforted his people, he has redeemed Jerusalem. The Lord hath made bare his holy arms in the eyes of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the salvation of our God." And Abinabi said to them, "Are you priests, and pretend to teach these people, and pretend to understand the spirit of prophesying, yet desire to know of me? I say to you, woe be unto you for perverting the ways of the Lord. Ye perverted the ways of the Lord. You have not applied your hearts to understanding. You have not been wise. What the fuck did you teach these people?" They said, "We teach the law of Moses." And he said unto them, You don't even keep the law of Moses. Why do you set your heart upon riches? Why do you commit whoredoms and spend your strength with harlots? You cause the people to commit sin. Now I'm prophesying a great evil against this people. Know ye not that I speak the truth? Yeah, ye know that I speak the truth. You ought to tremble before God, and it shall come to pass that ye shall be smitten for your iniquities, because you say you teach the law of Moses. What do you even know about the law of Moses? Does salvation come by the law of Moses? What say ye? They answered and said, Salvation did come by the law of Moses. But Abinabi said unto them, I know, if you keep the commandments of God, ye shall be saved. Yeah. If you keep the commandments which the Lord delivered unto Moses in the mount of Sinai, saying, I am the Lord thy God, who hath brought thee out of the land of Egypt, and out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Right? Don't put any gods before him. Right? Jesus is the Lord our God. Nobody's before him. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images or likeness of anything in heaven or on earth. Now, I ask you, have you done all this? I say unto you, nay, ye have not.